Tony, just run us through sort of injury news, team news ahead of what is a busy New Year programme.
Yeah, we've got 1 or 2 knocks that we'll look at today, and then with the 2 games in the 3 days, we'll look at we might make a few changes and then keep 1 or 2 people fresh for the game on Tuesday. If they've got knocks, if they've got bumps, we won't take a chance.
I was going to say 2 games in 3 days just about stretches most sides physically, but you've got to juggle up possibilities to keep everybody fresh.
Like I say, we'll look at 1 or 2 today, and if they've got, the 1 or 2 have got little niggles, if they are still struggling a bit, then we won't take a chance and we'll leave them hopefully for the game against Hull.
Well, back in August, when the new owners took in, there was a rather sort of rushed transfer window. If somebody said to you you'd be 9th at Christmas with 23 points, you'd have snapped the hand off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we're pleased, but we understand how tough this league is and how difficult it is and how quickly it can change. And the most important thing is that we do, which we are doing, try to be proactive and get players in that will strengthen us and improve the squad from now until the end of the season, and that's what we're trying to do.
Well, there's much publicity about this bid for Morgan Schneiderlin and other players too. Where do we stand with relation to all that at the moment?
Yeah, well, Morgan's just one of 2 or 3 that we're looking at. And as I've already said, Steve, the most important thing is that you do your business with other clubs, and then, I think it's respectful to the other clubs. And then you move on from there. If we get the deals done, we get the deals done. But, Morgan's not the only one that we're looking at and looking to bring in. They're good players. Whether we can do the deals or not, we'll have to wait and see. But we're trying to get those deals in.
Your fans will be excited, really, after the way you've done up to now and the prospect of some fresh blood coming in.
Well, I think it's not just the supporters. I think it's the players. It's everybody around the club. I think that it's always nice when you can bring a few fresh faces in and of maybe the quality that we're looking at. But it's important that the people out there understand that we're trying our best and we're trying to do these deals. Whether we get them done or not, that remains to be seen.
Defensively, you must take a few medals for the way you've been playing lately. I mean, a single goal at Arsenal, single goal at Chelsea, very close against Man United. Defensively, you couldn't ask much more of your players.
No, we've done well. We've had a real tough run of games as well, and that continues with the Southampton game away from home, and then after the whole game, which will be tough for us, we then go to Tottenham. So this has been a real difficult period for us in respect of the quality that we've been playing against. And the lads have coped really well. We've been a little bit disappointed in respect that we haven't scored ourselves, and we've had opportunities and chances, and a bit disappointed that we've lost 2 games very, very late on against 2 of the challenging teams that will be there or thereabouts come the end of the season.
Have the players surpassed your expectations? They may have surpassed a lot of fans' expectations.
Well, I think the players, they deserve a lot of credit. They work hard. There's a really, real good spirit in the club and really good group of players together, and they get on well together. And it's making sure that everybody understands and recognises there's such small margins in the Premiership between winning and losing, and everybody has to remain on their front foot. And we have to get support everywhere from the terraces, and now that the window's open, hopefully from the club, and from my talks with John and all, hopefully we'll be able to get a few deals done.
You're confident you're going to be backed to buy the kind of players you want?
I'm confident that we will try our best. Whether we can do those deals or not, we'll have to wait and see, because as I've said before, it's not just us. There's other parties involved in the deals, and it's important that people recognise we're trying to get players in that will improve the group and will improve the squad, and it's very, very difficult at times doing those deals.
Let's deal with Southampton. They've impressed a lot of people this year. They lost the other night, but Claude Puel has done really well there, hasn't he?
No, he's done. He's got a good record in management in France, so he knows the game, he knows the job. And it'll be a tough game. It's always difficult going down to St Mary's, and they'll be smarting a little bit. I don't think they deserve to lose that game the way they did and by the number of goals. So they'll be smarting a bit. So we'll understand it'll be a tough game for us.
They seem every year to be sort of hemorrhaging players to other people, but they still continue to be in the upper half of the Premier League.
They've done remarkably well in their recruitment. Their recruitment, whether it's players coming through or whether the players that they've signed, their recruitment department deserves a hell of a lot of credit, because they've moved the managers as well, and there doesn't seem to be any change in the way they move and the way they go forward. Les Reed has been obviously involved in most of the stuff that's gone over there on the changeover of managers, and he seems to have kept everything very stable. And everybody at that football club looks as though they are pointed in one direction, and everybody follows that direction.
Then we've got Hull City here, and you can't take anything for granted in the Premier League. They'll fight for their lives too.
Well, Hull have gone to Tottenham and been unfortunate there. They went to West Ham and were very, very unfortunate there, and they played really well. I've watched the game against Man City, and they played really well against Man City. And apart from the penalty, right up until the penalty, they were well in the game. So there's no easy games in the Premiership. That's why the Premiership is the best league in the world.
Just final word. What's the situation with Saido Berrieno at the moment? You knew I was going to bring it up, but it's just a question of later.
Saido's getting on with his job. We need to get games into him. He's nowhere near, we think at the moment, ready to start a game of football. So it's just getting him games, and that's what we're trying to do.
Is it a mental thing or a physical thing?
It's both. It's just getting him the games. We need. He's trained every day. It's just trying to get him some games. Might
there be an outlet in the January window going somewhere else, or what are your chances of that, do you think?
Well, we'll wait and see. We're not sure what every window has brought the speculation that you're talking about at the moment. So we've got another 6 window. So we've got another 5 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it is to get through that.